What's going on, guys? So today is day 2 of this little 30-day challenge, and what I want to break down for you today is this really quick fragment that comes from a mehldau solo that is from the Kurt Rosenwinkel song Synthetics off of his Deep Song album. So I'll provide a link in the description, and the line, it's really short, but it comes in at about a minute 15 into the recording. So I'm going to play it for you first just so you can hear what we're talking about, and I'm going to start it about 5 seconds before, but I'll point out when the line comes. Right now. Okay? So like I said, it's really quick, but I think that there's some interesting things to note about it. At least I find it interesting. So the notes, if I play it slowly, is starting on the downbeat of beat 1, and it's this. Okay? And what we're going to be talking about today is basically the phrasing. I think that the phrasing behind this is really intelligent, okay? And even though this song is actually pretty harmonically complex, without even analyzing the changes, if you just look at the notes that you have there, it's pretty clear to see what he's playing. He's basically playing a B-flat blues scale, but he's starting on the 5th. It's like, here's the 5, and then here's the root, the B-flat, and then from there, he's just descending the B-flat blues. Okay? And if you look at the rhythm, like I said, he's starting on beat 1 on the downbeat, and he's ending at the end of the measure on the and of 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. And he ends on the tonic, right there. So, most of us probably know, and if not, I'll explain it now, that when you look at where you define where beats fall, obviously the downbeats are designated to those actual beats, but the 8th notes that come before them are also considered to be the same beat, meaning that that last note that falls on the and of 4, it can be thought of as the same beat as the 1 that is the downbeat in the next measure. It's just a syncopated version of it. So, in a sort of abstract sort of way, if we looked at just the first and the last note, like we start on the 5th, and then it ends on the tonic, an octave up, it's almost as if they both start on the downbeat of beat 1 of 2 consecutive measures, as if you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's filling it with stuff in between. It's just that the last one is actually ending on the and of 4, so it's like the syncopated version of the next downbeat, okay? And you know, he's not necessarily thinking this in the moment when he's playing this, but what I'm taking from this is when you're constructing lines and you're thinking about the phrasing with them, you know, it could be a really good idea to always first consider where the notes are, or where the lines are starting and stopping, and what the first and the last notes are. Because in a way, I mean, you still gotta match the harmony, but you can almost fill it in between with whatever you want, and as long as you have the right notes starting and stopping and falling in the right places, it in a way will sound good. So he's just filling it in between with the blues scale. Okay? But it's almost like, if you look at the first and last note, 5 to 1 is obviously a strong melodic statement. And again, the fact that they're both starting or hitting in a way on beat 1 in 2 consecutive measures, I feel like that sort of provides some consistency. And even if you were to solo after that, because that particular line is starting and stopping in the right places, it enables you to go forward, still kind of feeling it in the right places, you know? You know? So basically, what you can take from this is that you can take almost 2-note melodies that are really strong, that start and stop in the right place, and fill them with stuff in between. And you can make variations of this. So staying within the context of B-flat minor, or maybe B-flat 7, but more so B-flat minor, you can do other things. So, you know, first of all, you can always keep the same first and last note of the 5th and root. Maybe I'll do something like, you know, that's a nice line. You know, but, you know, obviously 5 to 1 is a strong melodic statement, but it doesn't always have to lead to the 1. So you can try experimenting with leading it to other notes as well. So maybe I'll do something where I might land on the 9, and just the 5 going to the 9, you know. That's a nice line too, and the phrasing behind it is really good. Maybe I'll pull from some other modes that are parallel to kind of create some modal mixture. So instead of maybe playing like a B-flat blues or maybe something like a Dorian, maybe I'll use like a Phrygian natural 6 sound, which comes from melodic minor. So I can do something like landing on this note, which is the 13 or the natural 6. You know? You know what I mean? And it's just a really quick fragment. You're kind of using it to seed other stuff that can kind of happen after it, but that's really what I want to pull from this. I think that that's, me personally, that's what I'm taking from this, is that when you're constructing lines sometimes, to be really conscious of where the notes, or where the line is starting and stopping in time, and what the first and the last note are, and try to make sense out of what they are from a melodic point of view. Because if the first and the last notes make strong melodic sense, then I'm not saying that you can fill necessarily with whatever you want in between, but you have a lot of freedom to kind of put what you want in between. And here it's just straight eighth notes all the way through, but maybe you can also experiment with, you know, varying up the rhythm in between. But again, it's all about where it starts and stops and what those notes are. So I kind of was being really repetitive around this, but this is just a really quick line. But like I said, I think that there's actually a really strong lesson to take out of analyzing it. So that's it for day 2. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one.